Hello, grade 11. So, back to work, chapter 4, social implications. This will be location-based computing, ethical and legal issues of networks, and all the capabilities and limitations of ICT. Right, you can buy anything you need online shopping. I'm sure you've experienced that now with lockdown. You can go to school on the internet, you can attend university online, you can shop online. You don't even have to leave your house. And that is the implications. Yep. You can even go online dating. And of course, entertainment. Right, social implications. So, location-based computing services, those particular services. So we're talking about programs that track your location, and of course that can be open to many good things and bad things. So let's go on. Eight things that everyone should know about location-based services and social networks in general. Stalkers and pedophiles will like any apps that have location-based services. Number 2, if it's anywhere on the internet, consider it public. So anything you put online stays online. If you think you can put something on the internet, mark it as private, not worry, you are wrong. There's no such thing as private data. Your privacy settings make you feel confident that the post is going to be seen by no one but your friends, but there's a reality that there's nothing to keep that social networking from changing its privacy policy, so that could happen. Your circle of friends is much bigger than you think, and of course people with hundreds of Facebook friends, that means the friends of your friends could number in the hundreds of thousands. So consider that you are likely are not true friends with your Facebook friends. It's safe to assume at least some of them are less than trustworthy. Yeah, chances are that some of them are reprobates and worse. Number 4, we all make mistakes. You might decide to give these apps a try and just be careful with them. You'll turn them on only when you are surrounded by friends and actively seeking to contact people. Inevitably though, because we all make mistakes, you'll forget to turn the service off from time to time, or you will set your settings incorrectly. Number 5, people do tell lies. Some lies might be harmless, but the thing that worries this person who wrote this article is that they can expose you to sociopaths and criminals. A sociopath who wants to meet you would have no qualms about checking out your interests and then going to Facebook to revise his own to bring them in line with yours. Well, I'd say he, it could be she, he or she. And then then we have, people will lie about, who they are. Small pieces of information add up. So people tend to think that they control the information about them on the internet. Okay. So all those little bits of information add up, and they're all over the internet. Then, no, you can't have separate online and offline lives. Some people believe that they can. social network monitoring is a thriving business. Companies use the services to screen potential employees, and you're not protected if you shut down your location-based apps. If you have had them turned on at any time, you have sent out information about yourself. It can be found. You can't predict all the ways these things can work against you. Right, so scary world out there. Basically, be true to yourself and to everyone else. But there's a good thing. You can locate missing people, and there's good things coming out of it. So let's go and have a look. You can read through those two texts, articles. Right, individuals are going to great lengths to locate unsecured wireless access points, either for their own benefit or the benefit of others. So there are people that are looking for unsecured networks. Right, limitations of RCT. Computers perform tasks very fast. Some CPUs can execute literally billions of instructions per second. So we're just talking about computer information and communications technology and basic general computer capabilities and limitations. So we know they're very fast. And if they're programmed correctly, they're 100% accurate every time. So they're accurate, and they can perform many tasks at the same time. And they can they carry out the boring and repetitive tasks. They can also be joined together in a network, and they can store large amounts of data, like in a databases, and can search for the data fast, and they can be secured with passwords and encryption. Now, the limitations of computers. Well, some computers are limited by their battery life. They can only work for so long until they have to be charged. Some devices have small screens and keyboards. Some devices are very heavy. Laptops are actually heavy to carry around. Sometimes you have low bandwidth, that long files will take long to transfer. The ability is affected by your hardware, software, your operating system, and your communication input. So there are all those things that will affect your RCT system, and then the hardware and software can be expensive. Alright, so we're going to go and look at some answers to these activities here. You know that portable devices like laptops and PDAs are limited by battery life, and we know that. And we've just been through all of that. Let's talk about off-the-shelf software. It's less expensive, but it's less likely to contain all the features that we need. Software that's written for us can be poorly written and may not take all our needs into account. And the interface for poorly designed software can be frustrating if it's not suitable. Operating system can limit the software and hardware that can be used. So if your system that you want to design or use only requires text inputs, then a command line operating system will be fine. But if your computer program that you want to use is for a novice user, then you need a graphical user interface. Okay. Now this chapter doesn't really give us much information. We've talked about the main advantages and disadvantages of the app. But of apps, of location-based apps, and they were right there at the beginning. So let's have a look at this consolidation activity over here. And they're asking the question, what are the social implications for the location-based app? And they give a number of networking sites here which are location-based. I don't know any of them. You can read through that. So if we look at the answers, for all those apps, there are disadvantages. Users could unintentionally share their location and calendar with people who are trolling the internet, looking for someone to take advantage of. Stalkers could find you easily, and child or adult traffickers will know where you are at all times. Okay, now what is the next question was, what ethical and legal issues could happen due to the policies of the app? Okay, using wireless networks to connect your friends and contacts is now standard practice. And highly confidential information is often shared on unsecured networks using mobile devices. Anyone can hack the devices that are connected to an unsecured network and take information from those devices. And this could be when you're in a coffee shop or a public space using their internet. If you're ever in a public network, a hotspot they call it, where you get free internet, say, oh yeah, free Wi-Fi. You go to a restaurant, say, where free Wi-Fi, or an airport, then you know that you're not password protected, and it's not secure. Right, then the next question, what is the advantage and disadvantage of location-based app? Advantages, your friends and family always know where you are, and if anything bad happens they can use the app to track and phone you, track your phone and find where you are. And then the disadvantages we have already discussed. Now take note that you have 3 chapters to do for the quizzes for this week, so pace yourself, and I will be uploading the quizzes Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and you finish off on Thursday and Friday.